it's Orange. Welcome to another month of TOA Hard. I actually already recorded a video on this with a different team. I used Arya instead of Spectra. Arya is a lot safer than Spectra, but I was kind of noticing that my other videos were farmable teams, so I decided to see if I could do a farmable team for this floor, and I was able to. I think the reason why is because my rune quality got better. It could be a combination of many things. So for 60, 70, 80, and 90, I used a farmable team, and this is like the highest I've ever been able to use a farmable team, I think. So either it was the floors or it's that my runes got a lot better. This month was kind of one of the first months that I was able to auto most of TOA hard. Last month, I think I had about the same results. This time around, I autoed all but 6 floors in TOA hard. Those were 70, 80, 90, 96, 99, and 100. So I think it's really just rune quality why these farmable teams are working. I passed this floor on the second try. So, originally when I saw this floor, I was like, oh god, not these, not today, not on 90. I don't want to deal with these fedoras. But it wasn't really that bad. So this is my second try. The first try, I think I missed stuns and stuff like that, and the fedoras got immunity and I lost. You really need to make sure that they don't move at all. If they move, you most likely wipe. It's really important to focus one down at a time to really burst it down, kill it, because it's a lot easier on you if you only have to deal with 2 and worry about CCing 2. So don't let them move. I had to play pretty carefully here, not as carefully as I have before, but you really got to focus and make sure you're tossing out those despair stuns and doing the highest percentage play you can to make sure that you're getting, using the highest percentage play. You guys get what I'm talking about. So, we're just stomping here and working on this second one, and slowly we will be done. This floor actually didn't take me that long. I was kind of surprised. 10 minutes total, not bad, I was just breezing through here, and it was pretty cool. Just gonna keep getting my Phoenix Fury, and I'm gonna start working on the Liches because both of the Death Knights are dead, almost. The other one needs some more dots. Okay, I don't know, I'm getting kind of bored, so we'll go ahead and skip ahead to the second wave. Okay, here we are on the second wave. I also kind of had to focus a little bit. I just didn't want to be careless with things. If there was something that wasn't stunned, I wanted to toss out those possible despair stuns with my Beretta and just be really careful with things. I kind of tried to space out who was not stunned and who was going to move, because you can see on my team the enemies are light and dark, so they will be focusing my Bella and Vero, so it kind of helps if you can make it so multiple monsters don't focus your monster, if you get what I'm saying, so if I have a choice between tossing out a despair stun on something or other, one of the choices might be better. Let's say that 2 of the Phantom Thieves are not stunned and one of the Dark Rakshasas is not stunned. I would probably toss it out on one of the Phantom Thieves just because there's 2 not stunned and I don't really want them focusing my Vero, if you kind of understand that. The Phantom Thieves do have a stun on their first skill, which can kind of be bad because they will be focusing your Vero. I think they will. And if they do that, if they get the stun, you need your Vero. You don't want him stunned. Mav can kind of help with the Wings of Wind. Maybe he'll have it. It's kind of hard to, make sure to save it or whatever. Usually if you have it, you get lucky just because things ended up that way. But if your Vero gets stunned, you need him up because he's one of your main stunners. So that's really bad if that happens. The Phantom Thieves might be kind of dangerous. The Rakshasas put some dots on my Bella, which kind of hurt a little bit, but it wasn't really that big of a deal. So this wave, not too hard. I just kept everything stunned and played carefully and did the highest percentage play possible. I spread out my defense break to get a little bit more damage on my AoE skills. Just, a tiny bit more damage. It could mean the difference between a victory or a defeat. And we are finishing this up, so let's go ahead and skip to the final wave. Here we are with Craka and the Infernos. I was noticing that she was actually really squishy. In my 60 video for this month, I was going over like strategies and when you should nuke out bosses and when you shouldn't. Maybe it's just Craka, maybe it's just because she's squishy compared to other monsters, I don't know. But I decided to kind of test out how squishy she was. I'm getting my stuns and slows on the Infernos. It's really important. You kind of have to get lucky here with things like that. Once again, I'm going to be playing really safe, throwing out my Despair Stun right there. You saw I got one. Just do the highest percentage play you can. If you have 3 out of 4 enemies stunned like I do right here, I might end up holding on to my Stomp again because you don't want to overlap it. You want to have that Stomp up. You know, don't use things if you don't have to use them. So once I land the initial slow on everything, once everything gets slowed, it's a lot easier because I'm moving a lot. I have the speed buff on me. My Spectra's on Violent, so he's moving a bunch and he keeps pushing their attack bars back and it becomes easier. And then I start nuking her out. My runes, as always, will be in the description. You can check my runes in my rune videos. I've kept a good record of my runes. I'm making sure that the Infernos die at the same time. I think it's really important that you make sure that, because the Infernos have a passive where if you deal a killing blow on them, dots don't count. So if you actually hit them and kill them, they will most likely kill you. They do 33%, or it's like 33 or 30% of their HP. I don't know how much HP they have on this floor. It's probably a lot. It's probably more than you have. So don't do that. Just be careful. That's why it helps if you can make sure that they evenly go down at the same time so you're not forced into a bad situation. If you focus one down really hard, you may kind of get yourself in a sticky situation because you may want to use like your dots or something and you have to wait a turn to AoE, or you may want to stomp. Most likely you'll want to be stomping, so if you have one super low and then you have some others that have full HP, it may prevent you from stomping because you don't want to risk death. So I just kind of evenly put him down. It's really not that hard though, like maybe I'm just making all that stuff up and you don't need to worry about it, but just be careful about that, right? You know, when they're kind of getting low, be careful about what you're using on them. And then I end up killing all of them and then I pretty much lock her down. Let me think, is there anything else? So with her, she has a AoE skill thing where she swings twice at you and she can defense break you on both swings. If she defense breaks you on the first one, it does more damage on her second swing. That's why it's important to have Mav, a taunter. He also stuns a lot and reduces your cooldown so your other monsters can stun a lot and put up dots and stuff like that. So I'm taunting her, constantly keeping her taunted. And the Dark Infernos also have a skill where they do an AoE defense break, so everything on this floor is pretty dangerous. I do have my Mav and my Vero to cleanse that off of me if they do defense break me, so I do have some fail-safes built in. That's why it's important to stagger them and make sure they don't move at the same time. Things can get really dangerous when the other monsters can combo together. I'm sure you guys know that's what kind of people start doing, or not start doing, but that's what people do in PvP. You make it so your monsters move together and they combo together. So it helps if you can kind of stagger them. I just kept everything stunned. Any standard TOA hard stunner team would work really well. Like I said, I used Arya instead of Spectra because she has more control than him. She does more than him. So I used her for here earlier and she worked really well. The Water Taoist, the Dark Taoist, they would work. A bunch of things work here, just like your standard strategy. So I think that's about it for this floor. Hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial, or video thing. I don't know what the hell I would call it. I will catch you guys in the next video.